Hey guys, we just wanted to take a quick moment to thank everybody for supporting us. We don't have Patreon per se, so the way you can help us and support us is if you like, subscribe, and leave a positive review. That would help us so much. Thank you.
Maybe tell a friend. Maybe tell a friend to listen. How about that? Throw that in. Go ahead.
Thank you.
No, go ahead. Say tell a friend.
Oh, tell a friend.
There.
La 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 la. La 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 la. She really hates him. It's really true.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Moved the podcast equipment upstairs because of dirty flood water. Remains downstairs. Downstairs. Podcast upstairs in the art gallery. Bonnie's still in Austin, Texas. Testing. How do you sound?
Testing.
You sound good. All dolled up for the podcast.
Am I dolled up? I literally just got out of the shower.
Dolled up? Yeah, that's what happens. You take a shower and doll up.
Well, I'm not wearing a backward baseball cap, so.
Well, we didn't do a podcast last week, obviously, because Wednesday night, I was sitting down. I was having pasta downstairs, watching TV in the TV room in our finished basement. And all of a sudden, I see water come flying by my foot. And the first thing I thought is, water's flying by my foot. Flooding. And then within no time, the whole basement was full, about 5 inches high of water. And I unplugged as many plugs as I could, turned off the furnace, put my big boots on, my boots, and just went upstairs and said, fuck, there's nothing I could do, right? And
now what's the status? Can you look up?
Oh.
You're not, like, the way the camera is, I guess, is that you're looking into your laptop, correct? But it looks like your eyes are closed. So you're talking very slowly and you're like this. And then nothing I can do. So that's not good. So unfortunately, the way that you position the camera, you have to look into the camera, not into the laptop. There you go. Perfect. Wonderful.
I don't like that.
Well, I mean...
It's like I'm doing a deposition. What's it called? A deposition?
You got it the 7th time. We knew you'd get there.
It's like I'm doing a deposition.
It's better, though. It's better because you could see your eyes and...
Yeah, but I like to see you because here.
Well, every once in a while you can look down. I'm still there.
There. How's that?
I'm completely fuzzy. But what?
I'm looking at you now.
Yeah, but your eyes look closed.
Well...
If you look at the camera, it looks like you're talking to me. That's how I feel.
Well, if I look into the camera, it means I'm not connecting. When you talk to somebody, you like to look them in the eyes and have a conversation with them. You don't look away. We're not doing a movie. Even a movie,
do whatever you want to do. That's cool.
I don't want to look asleep though.
Well, a lot of it has to do with your voice. You're really like your energy is so low. It's ridiculous. You're like, and then a car is like, think about what you would want to hear if you were listening.
Okay. Ooh. There.
Is that what you want to hear? Someone just going, ooh.
Yes. So.
Ooh.
Where was I at before I was so rudely interrupted?
You weren't interrupted because you'd stopped speaking. I had to check your pulse. I mean...
Okay. So I was eating my spaghetti. Oh, we already talked about that. And then it flooded about 5 inches.
First of all, who made the spaghetti?
It's when I took Raina and her friends out to dinner. I went across the street and had pasta, and that was my leftovers.
Oh.
I didn't eat it all because then it would have been
Have you made any meals since I've been gone?
I made pierogies one night. I made Beyond Burgers. I made
I've been gone like 6 weeks, I think.
I don't know. We somehow have eaten a lot. So, where was I at? So the water was like 5 inches. And I'm not, a lot of people have dealt with floods. We drove through Manville last night. It's a mess. The president went to Manville yesterday.
Is it still wet? Like, I thought it had dried up.
No, I'm talking about all the stuff that people put out in front of their stores and houses piled high that was ruined.
They got to get rid of all their...
I'm still taking stuff out now. I just started taking stuff out.
How are the neighbors?
I don't know. I didn't go down the street. Next door to us, he only got a couple inches, but he didn't have a finished basement like we do.
Oh.
So, it was like 5 inches high.
And how's the garden?
And then I haven't checked it, but I'm going to go in a second. I'm going to go today because I went and bought 2 tomatoes. My new sandwich that I love.
Bought tomatoes? We have hundreds in that garden.
Yeah, but I didn't have time. I had to make provolone Swiss and American cheese
You didn't have time to go
sandwich.
pick a tomato?
No time to pick a
But
tomato
you had time to go to the store and get a tomato.
on my way home. Well, the next morning I woke up, all the water was gone. The sump pumps overloaded during the rainstorm. Overloaded. You know what I heard? There were cars floating off of car lots, nice car.
Oh, my God.
And like tow trucks were coming and stealing like Mercedes and stuff, just driving them away, taking them. Isn't that
But
crazy?
they can't. They have like...
What?
I mean, they can track a car, can't they?
Yeah, sell it for parts. Ship it overseas and sell them as parts. Why don't you get with the program about stolen cars? You don't know about stolen cars?
I don't know how to do a stolen car.
You don't do it. That's what they do. They steal them and sell parts. You could break down a Mercedes and get, every brand new part. You see what I'm saying?
I mean,
Well,
I guess let me just see if I can go back and figure it out. You steal a Mercedes, then you break it down, you sell it for parts.
yeah.
Got it.
You understand?
And one more time. You steal it.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, how did they steal it? They don't have the keys.
On tow trucks, didn't you just hear what I said? They were floating off of car lots and the tow trucks were taking them. Not all. I'm not saying all tow truck drivers are criminals. There's always
So
one
they
bad.
tow them to a garage that's not flooded. They break them down for parts, and they sell them.
Yeah. You got it?
It's still, I think when I think of stealing, I think of an easy job. You know what I mean? It's like that seems like you might as well have a regular job.
Well, I want to let the public know I've kept this a secret. This artwork was stolen from the Luge in Europe.
Sorry, I don't know much about art, but where did you steal from?
The Luge.
The Luge. I don't know about that. I'm not aware that is a art gallery
What's it called?
or a museum. I'm not sure what it's called.
Huh?
The luge. I always thought that was a sport in the Olympics.
No, the Luge, the art gallery.
Oh, not the Olympic bobsledding sport. Got it.
Well, I don't know, whatever it's called in Europe. You don't even know, so that's close. The Luge. Oh, the Luge is bobsledding, I think. But what do they call? You know what I'm saying.
The
You got
Louvre.
The what?
The Louvre. I don't know if you say the V. The Louvre.
I don't think that's it either.
It is.
No. You think you're so smart.
It's Louvre.
I was close. Raina corrected me in the car the other night. I told her that, she's driving around with her friends and they do some crime that she's an accomplice.
An accomplice?
She goes, you mean an accomplice? Accomplice? Whatever. I'm a little off my game lately.
Your 14-year-old is correcting you.
Oh, look, can you please get down? This cat, all it does is when you open any type of food, jump on the counter, even if the cat just ate, the cat is greedy. I don't know if it's getting too fat. That's why they say fat
Cats
cat.
will get fat, man. They love
Fat
it.
cat.
They love their food.
They go like a fat cat. That's where it comes from.
Yeah. They won't
Cats
stop.
eating. So anyhow, the water was gone the next morning. Dirty floor. I started cleaning as much as I could. Had the dehumidifier going since then. And fans, dealing with as much as I can. I threw a bunch of old clothes and shoes and stuff, started molding on the back porch. I'll put those in bags. And I'm waiting for the insurance people to come. I'm not looking. I just hope there's no mold behind the walls. That's all I care about.
What about the floor? Are we going to have to pull up the whole floor?
I don't think so because it's a linoleum floor on top of cement.
What about the washer dryer?
Nothing wrong with that. I've been using it, doing a lot of laundry. I still have to fold my laundry.
And what about the furnace? So we're pretty good. We're not bad. We're not in too much rough shape.
As long as there's no mold behind the walls and we got to rip all the sheetrock down in the basement, that would be a nightmare.
I said to you, we have flood insurance.
Yeah, and they don't cover pretty much anything.
So they don't cover
Homeowners.
floors, furniture, or concrete.
The flood insurance goes, we don't cover walls, floors, or furniture, clothing. I go, well, what the fuck do you cover?
And
But
what did
we
they
have-
say? Electronics?
Yeah, like I guess maybe structure or furnace, hot water heater. And
Are we going to throw all our furniture out?
no, I think I saved it by putting the dehumidifier by it the whole time.
But we should get it like cleans.
It was only like a couple inches on the bottom of it. So I sucked all the
But
water out.
the couch has got electronics in it.
I don't know. We'll see. We will see.
Does it smell?
No, I don't. But I don't have a real great sense of smell.
Or
Ever.
taste?
What's that?
Nothing.
I don't understand. This cat has to come lay up on here right in front of me.
Well, cats will, if you don't want them around, then they'll stick around. They're like a bad girlfriend. So if you don't want it around, you just have to pet him,
I'm
then-
petting it.
and then he'll leave.
I mean, it's a cool cat. Don't get me wrong. Oh, that's where that saying "cool cat" came from, or "fat cat." There's a lot of sayings with cat in it. Cool cat, fat cat.
Catnip.
That's not a saying.
Crazy cat.
You're crazy. You're whatever. This is going nowhere. We're saying nothing. So, I was in Austin.
So are you done with your story? Oh, sorry.
Yes.
So we're going to make it. We both feel the same way, that we're lucky anyway, because so many people had so many things happen that were bad.
Yeah, I feel bad for some people. And the
Yeah.
whole time this was happening, my stomach was at the worst it's ever. I was on the toilet 7 times the other day. I thought I was
But
going to
isn't
go.
it interesting that it's like a very stressful situation and that's when your stomach started acting up?
No, my stomach started acting up about a month ago. But then,
When I left?
no, I don't know when. All I know is it went to
You
another.
don't think it has any relationship to stress whatsoever?
Probably their son. Now the cat is rolling on the computer. What are you doing? Are you that? Don't you have any friends?
Don't you?
I was in so much pain. I was on the toilet 7 times. I thought I was going to go to the hospital. I even packed my backpack.
Oh, packed
To
your
bring-
backpack to the hospital?
Well, you got to bring clothes in case you're going to stay there for a while if something's wrong. So I'm waiting for the doctor to call because I brought in a stool sample.
With one of the kitchen ones, or
What's that? What? What did you say?
I said one of the kitchen ones.
Oh, I knew you were going to say something corny. How crazy is it that those comics...
Oh,
doing-
that's so sad.
Isn't it crazy? Like... And plus
So,
that act...
so for people that don't know, there's several comics that I don't know the situation. There's 4. Did three of them die? There's 4 people. I don't know if they were all comics. There was at least one comedian who died. 2 others, I think, died, and Kate Quigley, who is in the hospital. And I think she's going to be okay. Have you heard anything about her? So anyway, they were doing coke and there was fentanyl in it. It's just so dangerous now. And it's not like they bought bad, it's like famous people have died from fentanyl. It's like you can't, it's not like you can be like, I got the good coke, I'll be fine.
Yeah, how does... thank God when I was doing drugs it wasn't around, but... That actor died the other night.
Is that why?
Well, from heroin.
Oh, I didn't. I was K. Williams, something.
Yes,
K. Williams?
Michael K. Williams.
Michael
Omar.
Williams. Yeah, 54.
What's that?
54 years old.
Yeah, good actor too, and
what, he died from heroin overdose?
Heroin overdose, but can please, Kat, please, I'm begging you. Go.
If you ignore him, he'll be...
No, now he's dealing with a computer and whatever.
He senses that you don't want him there. That's why he's there.
No.
Say to yourself, I hope the cat stays.
I hope the cat stays. Oh, look, it listened.
Yeah.
Now it's laying down on the computer.
Oh,
stay forever. There, here's your new place to sleep on the table right in front of me during the podcast.
you can't fool a cat. They know what your real intentions are.
Can't fool a cat.
So
yeah, those comics. That's there's. Well, I don't know how much they investigated, but somebody should be in trouble for selling that.
I mean, how did they find out?
I don't know. They track it back.
Well, the guy who sold it might not have put it in. It's like, where are they getting it from? Where are they getting it from? I don't know. Yeah.
That's. What show was I watching where?
I don't know.
Oh, Queen of the South. They were using it. I guess it's been around a couple of years now.
Fentanyl?
Yeah.
Now they're putting it in I don't know, all kinds of drugs.
Yeah.
I don't even know all the drugs.
Yeah, they're putting it in that, in coffee and
No.
donuts.
No.
Yeah, get you addicted to donuts.
Stop it.
Yeah, it's
You
sad.
don't need to put anything in donuts to get addicted to donuts. It's
I hope she does well. I think she'll be fine.
I think so too. I know. I hope she pulls through. I think she will.
You think the cops will question her?
I'm sure they will.
Yes. And anyhow, so this is going nowhere. We haven't done a podcast in 2 weeks.
Listen. Oh, hi, Bonnie. Anything new? What have you been doing? How's work been? You don't just go, oh, I am out of things to say. And it's like a weird thing that you have.
Well, how's it going?
You're so genuine.
I was there 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago, and Austin is just a city of drunks and
Well,
loud.
you're downtown, so that's the area. They put me now in a different area, which is much better. It's like there's a park, you can walk around. But
How does your goddamn building get no cell service?
I know because I'm on like main floor or whatever.
No, it's because it's all cement.
And it's cement. It's like there's no carpet or anything. It's weird.
Don't.
But in any case, it's like it's hard. It's a lot of work. It's insane the amount of work that goes into making one of these shows. I'm never finished work. I just leave like at some point, like when I feel like I've shot enough. I just go. Let's walk to my car and go home. You know,
Are the cast members any good?
They're all really good. Yeah, it's a really good cast. It's a really good show. You know, it's just hard to make. It's just a lot. It's a lot of hours. It's not like hard work per se, but it's just like you have to put in a lot of hours every day, you know. And then I worry about Allie because I have the dog here, and so I have a dog babysitter, which I spend an enormous amount of money for, to spend like 5 hours a day with Allie.
5 hours?
Mm-hmm. So it's a lot.
Dogs can be... Get off the table.
What is it that you're trying to say?
The cat is just laying here on its back, like, looking at me. Scram. And then I go to pet it, and it tries to bite me. You can't train a cat. Cats you can't train. Did you know that?
No, I don't believe that.
It's staring at me like, look at me. What do you want? It's a cool cat. Don't get me wrong.
I know this is just my own insecurity, but is this the worst podcast?
This is the worst one. Yes, because it's hard to do when you do it on Zoom and we have no topics.
Well, we do have topics. I have like thousands of things to talk about.
All right, go ahead. Go.
You're not. I don't know what you do on other podcasts. You're like, I'm a genius on podcasts. People, Rich, come to my podcast. Rich, come to my podcast. But it can't be the same. There's no possible way you're like this on everybody else's podcast. But with me, you're just like, I won't try. I give no energy. I'm not happy to see you. You know, I know, but it's like, do you understand? Like, hi, how are you? Like, there should be like a little bit of joy. There's no joy. Even when I call you, just like, hey, how's it going? It's like, what?
I don't say what.
Zero excitement to hear my voice. It's just like, I'm just slugging it out every day. I gave you my last check because I was just like, I just want him to be happy. I just want to like make him feel good. And I know that money, you love money more than you could ever love me.
That's not true.
I'm sure
First of all,
you're like laying at night with the check, kissing it. You've got my Emmy in the check, just like.
First of all, don't try to act like I love money, like I'm a money.
No, but I mean, it's really more about like how little you love me. It's
no,
like I could never make you as happy as money.
That's not true.
Listen, I said you can have that check, and you were like, oh, okay, I guess. I mean,
no, I said,
I know, I heard what you said, and then, but the thing is that like everything else I tell you, you like don't answer, or you're like whatever, or okay, like
no. That
one at least you got like a tiny little bit of happiness.
No, I didn't. I said I don't need your money. Take your money. It's yours. I said it's yours, and
no, that's you. No, I will read the text.
I'll read the text. I don't want to turn my phone on.
It's. You said.
Go ahead.
Accepted it. You accepted it and said, "I don't know why you're giving me the money, but
no, because I
just for bills." You didn't say, "Don't give it to me. It's not mine." Nothing like that. That's
I did.
No, you did not.
Now I got to turn on my phone. I'm gonna look at.
You were like. You it's just like anytime I pay for dinner, you go, oh, okay. Well, we were out one night not too long ago. Where would he go? Anytime I've ever offered to pay for dinner, you've been like, oh, okay. Like you never fight it.
That's
Maybe
not
in
true.
the beginning when we were first dating, you would like wrestle me for the check. But now you're like, anytime I pick it up, you're like, really? Okay.
Okay, I go. You got a check for this amount of money. Then you wrote, you can have it. Then I wrote, why should I take it? It's yours. And you write, because you're working so hard and I love you. Then I put, I'll put it towards bills, but you don't have to. I love you also. See? So I said, you don't have to. I don't need your money. I mean,
I'll take it.
No, whatever.
It's fine. I don't mind. It's like,
You know,
you're like,
what's that?
that definitely put a little, and you'll probably just use it to buy sneakers and jewelry or another fucking.
I'll put it in one of my accounts, but either way, it's got to go to bills, mortgage, whatever. You know, got to keep the ship running. That's all I say. Mm-hmm. We still have 15 more minutes of this debacle.
Well, I bought aligners. I'm getting them in 3 weeks.
For what? Your teeth?
Mm-hmm. To fix my teeth.
You think that shit works?
I hope so. It's kind of expensive.
How much?
$2,800.
You're a sucker. There's nothing wrong with your teeth.
They're crooked.
I just bought stuff you put in your scalp because I'm going bald up here. Bay leaves. You
Oh,
rub
and
it in.
I'm the sucker. And it's me that's the sucker.
Yeah, mine was only $16 for 2 jars of bay leaf oil. And you rub it in your scalp.
Now you're going to be bald and stinky.
And I got stuff I put under my eyes for the bags.
How's that doing?
Well, I put porters for the bags.
Oh,
See, now the cat's stepping on the computer. Come on, please get
you better
down.
come up with something funny because we have no clip once again. I haven't posted a clip in like 3 weeks because they're so bad.
Oh, you're saying that to the producer?
It's not his fault.
That he can't find something funny? You're saying
I
we
mean,
don't-
what would you pick out of this? It's nothing.
I don't know. Something.
Go ahead, say something funny.
You say something funny.
You must have a funny story, something. What about the thing? So you took Raina and her friends to the beach, then you took them to the out for dinner.
Yeah.
Then how many kids slept over?
7.
7 kids slept over
And then
at
I
the
went.
house.
Then the next morning at 11:30 a.m. At 11:30, you know, they're all sprawled out on the couch, the sofa, the beanbag chair. They're all just spread out, laying there. And I went downstairs yelling to get up, and I'm going, Raina, get up, Raina, and I'm yelling, and none of them are moving. And I'm thinking, oh shit, was there a gas leak? I thought they were all like laying there dead. And I'm thinking, oh shit, you know. I don't know who they're, you know, am I going to put them all in wheelbarrow and just wheel them out front and have their parents come pick them up? I really, for a second, go, are these kids dead? They're not moving.
That would be, I know that feeling. So your heart skips a beat.
And then a
You
couple
have
of
to
them,
punch one of them in the head.
then a couple of them moved, and I'm thinking, oh, shit. Now I got to buy 9 bagels. But it's better than the alternative. When you walk downstairs and none of them are moving, you're like, it's 11:30
Is
a.m.
buying 9 wait, you're suggesting that buying 9 bagels is better than having 7 dead kids in your basement?
Yeah, of course it's better.
You just said better than the alternative.
Yes. But at 11:30, they were all still like sound asleep, you know. And then I just,
That's because they go to bed. They probably didn't go to sleep until 6:30 a.m.
well, probably late. Excuse me. So, you know, they all went to dinner at the Japanese, but I went across the street. I wasn't going to sit with them all, you know, let them. And then, you know, take me to fruity yogurt. I'm going, no, enough. You know, we went down the beach, out to dinner. Next morning I bought them bagels and cream cheese, and I put it downstairs with butter and let them make their own bagels. And then their parents were picking them up one at a time. So, anyhow.
That was the night before the basement flooded. You're lucky
Yeah,
it
can you
didn't
imagine?
flood the night that they were in there.
Oh, God, they would have all been sleeping and water would have just risen and they probably still wouldn't have gotten up. They would have
Right. They would have just completely drowned.
floated away.
Sleeping.
So this is, I'm not going to lie. I usually know when we have a good podcast or a bit. This is in the top 5 worst podcasts of the history of our podcast. So you know what it is? Because it's
What?
hard to connect over Zoom.
Well, you're not looking at the camera.
What we need, since we're doing Zoom, is to get a guest every now and then to help punch it up. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Maybe I'll get Bobby next week. He's good. I've done his podcast 1,000,000 times.
It's just amazing to me how many podcasts you and Bobby can do together.
It's amazing to you?
Yeah, it's like you do his podcast every couple of days, and then
No.
you guys do somebody else's podcast together, and then you do our podcast with him. It's like,
We haven't done our podcast with
no, but
Holmes.
you're suggesting it.
Maybe for next week.
Why don't you get Rosebud, the love of your life?
Oh, really? I haven't really talked to her. She's not the love of my life.
Do you have?
She's my-
Oh, you have a new. She's advanced from your harem of female
Who-
openers.
Who did I move to?
I don't know. I'm asking. Who's filled her slot?
I always fall back on Karen.
Why she never moves up high enough to not be your opener anymore?
No, she always opens for me. She does a good job.
I know, but she's not a headliner yet. She must be a headliner on her own.
I don't know. I had one guy email me, hey, can you look at my videos and how do you do this and do that and who does this for you and who does that and can I open for you? He asked me like 5 things. I just deleted it. Like, if you're emailing somebody, you ask for one thing. You don't ask for like 3 things or 4 things. And, you know, I mean, I don't know. These new comics, they just feel so entitled and, you know, hey, you know, do this,
I
do
know,
that.
it's like there's almost too much information out now about like how to get ahead, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, here's what you do: find a mentor and blah blah blah. And it's like when we started, we were just like, we just had to like be manipulative and
We had a what?
be manipulative and try to blow people off the stage and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't see myself emailing like somebody going, hey, how do you do this, do that, do this, take me here, do this. I couldn't.
And in an age when it's like you just want to write back Google, like,
Yeah, I know. Leave me alone.
well, they do this thing. Phew.
Bless you.
Phew.
Bless you.
They do this thing where they like DM you, you know, and then they keep they're like, hey, I watched this video of yours, or I saw you on this podcast or whatever, and you're so funny, blah blah blah. And then you're like, oh, thanks, I appreciate that. And then they're like, hey, so I wanted to ask you a question, blah blah blah. And it's like they just try to keep it going with like a question. I don't fall for it.
Well, they start off, hey, man, big fan, you know, da-da-da. And next thing you know, you help pay their mortgage or their rent.
I know. It's like weird how people can get into your inner circle so fast.
Ugh.
A couple of compliments is all it takes.
We've helped
know.
people out that have fucking flown past us and never talked to us again.
I know. So true.
What are you going to do?
Never mention us in anything.
Jesus.
But we're helping them, but also being kind of assholes. So, you know, maybe that's why.
All right. Oh, look at this. 10:38. 7 more minutes. That gives us
What do you think that you have to do it to? Like, there's lots of podcasts that are only 30 minutes.
Yeah, but this one plays on the radio.
I need you to stop that.
It's-
It's horrifying to think this is going. It's like a phone call that we're having that's going out on the radio.
what are you doing today? What are your
have-
plans?
I have
What do
I have 2 shoots that I have to go to. I have to get tested, even though I got tested yesterday. It's so weird. You have to get tested 3 times a week. It's just weird. So I got tested yesterday, and then I have to get tested again today.
Oh my goodness.
So you have to go to like the testing site, then go to the meeting, then go to the 2 different shoots, and then get home hopefully before midnight.
Do you still have a car?
Yes.
What kind?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's white.
Oh, one of those.
Shitty.
One of those.
It's and like, you know, I can park in a pretty tight spot, but this car will stop before, like it's like, so you won't hit another car. But it's like I have another inch. Like, let me go, but it won't let you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It like literally like stops. Like,
It has sensors.
yeah, but it's like you know, like it's like you can tap another car. It's fine.
I wonder when they're going to come out with a car where the wheels go that way and you just go in to park. You know what I mean? Where they turn.
Self-parking cars, they have them.
No, not self-parking. The wheels are going this way. Then they turn. So the car goes bzzz.
Oh,
I'm sure that's coming out.
interesting. And then people be like, nobody knows how to parallel park anymore because they got the vertical wheels or whatever.
Horizontal.
Is it? I couldn't, yeah.
It's one of the 2. Vertical or horizontal.
Probably something else because,
All right, I got to go to the bathroom. We got to wrap this up.
well, I always think that's a nice way to wrap up.
What shows do I have coming up? I don't know. Go to richvoss.com. I'm so sick of plugging and trying to get. This is the worst week for comedy. This week, the week after Labor Day and school starts, you know. And I had
Oh, yeah, Raina, is she ready? Like, is the house disgusting? Like, what is going on?
I work on it as much as I possibly can. Yesterday, I swept, vacuumed, mopped some floors.
What?
I'm waiting for my new mop bucket to come in.
Wow.
Start mopping the basement more. Ay, ay, ay.
Those mop buckets are at Home Depot, Lowe's.
No, they don't have the ones I want.
Oh.
Sold out.
Oh, I guess.
All right.
All right, babe.
Well, listen, this is...
Good talking to you.
Go to rich@richvoss.com. Huh?
I don't want people to judge me based on these podcasts. I'm
Me either.
actually very funny.
So am I. I had a good time working the Creek in the Cave. That's a good comedy room. Mm-hmm. They people come. They do no comedy there in Austin. I had a good time.
I don't know what that means.
Well, no, they're
Oh,
good
they
comedy
do no comedy, like know it. I thought you said they do no comedy, like
No, they're good
they
comedy
actually
fans.
know about comedy. There, that's what you're trying
Yeah,
to
they're
say.
good. I had a good time there.
Right.
As much as I had a good time doing this today. This was fun.
I loved it. Does this
good.
smile look fake?
It's good to see you.
That's fun.
You look pretty on camera.
Oh, thank you. Wait till I get my new teeth.
Well, I'm going to go rub some bay oil in my hair. Bay leaf oil. Have you ever heard of bay leaf oil?
No.
Oh. All right. richvoss.com for all my dates.
Peace out.
I think this was...
I don't even understand the amount, the lack. How,
It's still going.
Why do you keep going if you don't have any energy? You're like this. Okay, so I guess, that's we're gonna go now. Let me just do this for another hour and a half as we. It's like if you don't want to be here, don't be here. If you want to be here, Pep it up.
I'm not
Pep
a peppy.
it up.
I'm not a peppy guy.
Pep it up.
Am I
Pep it up.
But I'm not a peppy guy. I'm a
I
monotone
don't care.
guy.
Do something. You don't do stand up that way. Do you do stand up that way? What do you? How well do you think? Like you want people to come to your shows, but you're like this. I guess I'm a comedian. People should come to my shows. Well, what do we got? A half hour here. Boy, this is a bet. Oh my god. It's like before you do a podcast, sit down and go. Woo! Let me get in a good mood here.
I'm not in a bad mood.
This is you. We got to do a podcast. Ugh. Let me just release any energy that I might have had.
I don't have any. I'm not in a bad mood.
But okay, then like imagine what you would want someone to be hearing. Do you think people want to be like
Well, it'd be funny if we had just a whole monotone fan base. And everybody just, was even slower. I was a little slow today. I'm going to admit it. I was a little slow.
Hey, Rich, you every week you're like, well, this week is because of this. This week is because of this. Performance, man, it never fucking ends. The show must go on. You've heard that, surely, in all your years. It's probably an AA saying.
The show must go on. It's an AA saying.
Yeah. They steal everything.
Now they steal stuff.
What's one? Give me an AA saying or a 12-step saying. Sorry.
Live and let live.
Live and let live. Yeah, they made that up. Live and let live.
Oh boy, I hate it. Easy does it.
You think a 12-step program made up live and let live?
Oh, okay. How about one day at a time?
I'm sure that's like Shakespeare or something, or from some.
One day
opera.
at a time.
Oh, One Day at a Time was a fucking soap opera long before 12-step program started. What year does 12-step program start? Like 67 or some shit?
One Day at a Time was a sitcom with Valerie Bertinelli.
Okay, whatever.
Was it One Day at a Time?
I don't goddamn know, your dumb fucking...
You know all those sitcoms.
Oh, I do? Oh, thank you for telling me what I know. That's the ultimate in mansplaining, by the way.
Oh, here, let's bring...
What I know and what I don't know.
Let's bring it to the man thing.
What?
Let's bring it to the man thing. I talked to your friend on the phone for like 20 minutes the other night.
Who?
Marina.
Okay. And?
That's it.
Boy, you're lonely.
I watched...
I talked to her yesterday and she never mentioned it.
Oh, I watched that dumb show, White Lotus.
Yeah.
Not a fan.
Why? Because it's all about white privilege?
Yeah, well, that too.
Did you think they were making fun of white people, or that, like, what was the irritation for you?
Well, like someone wrote, and it made me realize there wasn't any likable characters.
Who cares?
Well, yeah, you need a show.
You need likable characters? You know what you should be watching? Ted Lasso.
Watch what?
Ted Lasso.
I don't know what it is.
It's on Apple TV, and we have Apple TV, so go ahead and watch it.
I got to get back to Yellowstone. I heard it's great, season 2.
I heard it's great.
Did really? That's the podcast, Mrs. Mimic. Is that what you do?
Whatever. I'm done. I fucking checked out, like, look. I checked out, like, I don't know, 15 minutes ago. I thought we were done, so this is all fucking extra, bitch.
I checked out right from the beginning.
Yeah, I know. You're like, we got to do the podcast. We got to do the podcast. Wait a second. Let me get in my worst fucking mood ever so we can do the podcast.
First of all, you think because if someone's a little drawn...
I don't. Listen,
I'm not in a bad mood at all.
Rich, if it was one time, I would be like, okay, fine. That's cool. Like, he's on a good mood. Literally every single time we do the podcast, you're like, ah.
That doesn't mean I'm in a bad mood.
And this is the part they're going to use, which I don't want them to use because it's just me fucking yelling at you. But at least there's a little energy to it, you know?
You know?
But it's like every podcast is just like a clip of me being like, ah! But it's like, what am I supposed to do? Just match your energy?
No, you do different energy. That's things base themselves on opposites. You ever hear that?
No, I've never heard that. Things base themselves on opposites. Okay.
I don't know if that's
Thank you,
the saying.
Einstein. It's very.
I don't-
This is terribly enlightening.
I don't know if that's the saying.
Rich Voss, master of quantum physics.
Opposites attract. That's what they say.
I've heard that. Sure. You've played with a magnet before, right?
I'm gonna. I never played with one.
You never played with a magnet?
I had real toys.
Never had one
as
in
a
your
kid.
hand, a couple in your hand, and then never went like this on a fridge for a little bit? No? Never played with a magnet. Isn't that fascinating? Wow. Unpack that, Rich Voss.
We had real toys growing up.
Okay.
Here, Bonnie, happy birthday. Here's that magnet you wanted.
I think that's a good gift. You never got a magnet growing up? Like, I feel like that's sad. That's sadder than getting a magnet, is not getting a magnet.
No one. I mean, everybody gets magnets, but they're not given to you. They just appear. Magnets.
Really?
Just,
You never got a magnet set?
a magnet set.
Yeah, a big horseshoe magnet and some items that you can pick up with it.
Oh, brother. Well, listen, we got to wrap this up. Are you ready to wrap it up? Huh?
Yeah. Well, time to put on my backwards baseball cap and get in the worst mood I've ever been in.
I'm not in a bad mood. Why do
The
you-
podcast.
If
Here we
people-
go.
If first of all, if I have low energy, that doesn't mean I'm in a bad mood. I'm not in a bad mood at all.
I don't care. It doesn't matter. Whatever. Okay. Frame
Don't
it
say I'm
however
gonna-
you want. Is it the energy you need to do a podcast? You're like, why can't we have a hit podcast? Well, look, you have what you put out. This is what you're giving.
You have what you put out.
You hate the podcast.
I don't
right?
hate it. I love it.
You don't?
No.
You don't? Do you look forward to doing it? When we
Yes.
say, hey, we got a podcast coming at 10, you're like, oh, good, how exciting, wonderful. I'm going to think of these things to talk about. I'm going to say this, I'm going to do that. Does anything like that happen?
Yes. I'm gonna next week.
You're lying. You're fully lying.
Next week I'm gonna have tons of energy. All right. Next week they're gonna call me.
We're going to be canceled before that.
You can't cancel a podcast.
I'm going to do it.
I got a new gig.
I'm an executive now, and I could cancel it.
I got a new gig with a what do you call it? With one of these gambling sites where I tweet during a football game and promote them for 4 weeks. They're testing to see,
Do you know words come into your head as you speak? Like, what happens?
I'm telling you.
This football new
Well,
what's happening? Am I not
nothing.
supposed to be making fun of you?
I'll tell
Like,
you.
am I supposed to be like, okay, our podcast, we've changed the name. It's now my wife takes care of me because I have Alzheimer's. I'm not supposed to be laughing at that because is it true? Did you freeze? Oh, you're there.
What? Oh. All right, I gotta go.
Is it like, you know how like you're not supposed to like cook out of a tin like pot because something leaches out of it into the food and it gives you Alzheimer's?
What do you? Oh,
I'm just wondering if like something like that is happening with your rings.
no, but
What if you found out your rings are giving you Alzheimer's?
I will be promoting mybookie.ag.
That's why you weren't responding, because you were looking it up on your phone.
mybookie.ag. Go there. If you put Voss in, your first deposit is doubled. Voss is the promo code, VOS.
Look into the camera for just a couple of seconds.
MyBookie.
Into the camera.
Listen to me.
Into the camera.
Go to mybookie.ag. Mybookie.ag. Put in Voss for the promo code, and your first deposit's doubled. Mybookie.ag.
Sweet.
You like that? And that's not a what do you call it? A promo. That's not a read. That's my own separate thing that I'm doing on Twitter.
Okay.
It's not a podcast thing. It's
Rich, you need to listen to other people's podcasts every once in a while.
okay.
Like, you don't know how to do this stuff.
That's not nice.
Well, you don't. You're like, this is it's like you don't have to tell people how much money you make or what
I didn't tell them how
you're
much.
doing for what. It's like, I don't think the company wants you to be, they just want you to be like, act like you just love the thing. Oh, I'm doing this thing. It's so great. It's amazing. Not like, I'm getting paid on it for Twitter, but I'm doing it here too. It's like, they don't want it to be like that. They want it to be like, hey, this is a great product. It's like, it's got to be a little bit.
Okay, well, listen. If you're going to bet on football, go to mybookie.ag.
Listen, guys, I've been doing this new thing called mybookie.com. It is amazing.
It's not .com. It's .ag.
Oh, guys, I've been doing this mybookie.ag, and I've already won zero money.
Put in Voss in a promo code, double your first deposit.
And you're gonna have a lot of fun, trust me. I'm not getting paid here for it. I'm getting paid for it on Twitter. Like, what kind of dumbass are you? Why don't we get more reads? This is a read.
You're so stupid.
Maybe we don't get reads because you don't know how.
All right, I gotta go. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
My Wife Hates Me was created and hosted by Rich Voss and Bonnie McFarlane. Executive producers Robert Kelly and Matt Kleinschmidt for the Laugh Button podcast. Subscribe to the podcast by visiting mywifehatesmepodcast.com.
Suicide pact, he's totally sober. She's not that drunk. He's really old and she's got some spunk. He's totally holy as an asinine bomb, and she's just a little less dumb. She really hates him, it's really true. But somewhere deep down, she loves him too.